Imagine a world where getting a ride meant standing outside in the rain, waving your hand at passing taxis, hoping someone would stop. There was no tracking your driver, no upfront price, no paying through your phone. Then one company changed everything. Uber took a simple idea, connecting people who needed rides with people who had cars, and turned it into one of the most disruptive businesses of the 21st century. But Uber's rise wasn't just a story of innovation, it was a story of billion-dollar success, fierce battles, controversy, and a company that changed an entire industry forever. The story of Uber begins in 2008. During a technology conference in Paris, entrepreneurs Travis Kalanick and Garrett Camp struggled to find a taxi. That frustrating moment led to a simple question. What if getting a ride was as easy as pressing a button? At the time, smartphones were becoming more powerful, and companies were beginning to realize that phones could connect people instantly. Garrett Camp believed this idea could become a business. The first version was simple: a few luxury cars, a small group of customers, and an app that allowed people to request a ride. In 2010, Uber launched in San Francisco. At first, it was called Uber Cab, and it only offered expensive black car rides, but the company quickly realized something important. People didn't just want luxury transportation, they wanted convenience. For decades, taxi companies controlled transportation in major cities. Getting a taxi often meant waiting on the street, calling a dispatcher, or relying on limited availability. Uber changed the experience completely. With a smartphone, customers could request a ride, watch the driver approach, pay automatically, rate the experience. The technology was simple, but the impact was enormous. Uber wasn't buying cars, it wasn't building taxi fleets. Instead, it created a platform connecting drivers and passengers. Customers loved it, but taxi companies saw Uber as a threat. Cities around the world began pushing back, arguing that Uber drivers were operating outside traditional taxi rules. Uber had started a transportation revolution, and the old industry was fighting back. Despite the criticism, Uber expanded faster than almost anyone expected. The company launched in cities across the globe and attracted millions of riders. Investors saw the potential and poured billions of dollars into the company. Uber became one of the most valuable startups in history, but Uber wanted to become more than a ride-sharing company. It launched Uber Eats, allowing customers to order food through the same platform. It explored self-driving cars. It invested in electric vehicles. The vision was massive, a future where transportation could be available instantly, anywhere, at the push of a button. By 2015, Uber was valued at over $50 billion, but behind the success, problems were beginning to appear. Uber's aggressive growth strategy came with a cost. The company developed a reputation for moving fast and taking risks, sometimes too far. Critics accused Uber of ignoring regulations and creating a difficult workplace culture. In 2017, several controversies surrounding the company became public. The attention led to investigations, major leadership changes, and increased pressure on Uber. Eventually, CEO Travis Kalanick stepped down. For a company built on disruption, Uber now had to disrupt itself. It needed to change its culture, improve leadership, and prove it could become a sustainable business. In 2019, Uber went public on the stock market. The IPO was one of the most anticipated events of the year, but investors had concerns. Uber was growing rapidly, but it was also losing billions of dollars. Could the company actually make money? Over time, Uber began changing its strategy. It focused more on efficiency, reducing costs, and growing profitable areas like Uber Eats. The COVID-19 pandemic accelerated the food delivery side of the business, helping Uber expand beyond transportation. The company that started as a way to get a ride had become a global technology platform. Today, Uber is one of the most recognizable companies in the world, but its biggest impact goes beyond transportation. Uber changed how people think about businesses. It proved that companies didn't always need to own the product. Sometimes, the most powerful companies simply create the platform that connects people. That idea inspired countless businesses that followed. From food delivery to online marketplaces, Uber helped create the modern on-demand economy. Uber began with a simple problem. Two people couldn't find a ride. That frustration became a company worth billions and changed how the world moves. The lesson from Uber's story is simple. The biggest companies are often built by people who look at an everyday problem and ask one question: what if there was a better way? If you enjoyed this documentary, subscribe to Hidden Empires Behind the Brand, where we uncover the rise, strategy, and the untold stories behind the world's most influential companies. Because every empire starts with one idea, but only a few change the world.